Let's continue our lecture. It is the last part, number 6, about historical moments of ethical aspects of scientific research. Research ethics. Research ethics. These system principles and rules regulating behavior researchers, process, conducting research. Direct on security protection right and well-being participants research. Also supports honestly, transparently, and reliability research activities. Story. Old Hippocrates. In 5th-6th century to our era, doctors not should cause harm. Adept at tabib, behavior doctor, treatise 9th century by medical ethics, Ishad bin al-Ruhawi. Introduction in 1752, reviewing articles, represented magazine Philosophical Works, London Royal Society. International documents by biotics, Nuremberg Code 1947, Belmont Report 1979, Helsinki Declaration 1964, European Convention by Protection Right Vertebrates Animals used in experimental and other scientific purposes 1986, Convention Rights, Human and Biomedicine 1997, International Ethical Recommendation for Biomedical Research with Participation Person Developed Council International Organizations 2002, Recommendation Worldwide Organization Healthcare Committees by Ethics Conducted Examination by Chemical Research 2000. Study Yellow Fever, Walter Vida 1900. Study was conducted on people which were intentionally infected yellow fever. 3 subjects died. Result, infection yellow fever. First usage forms consent. Walter Reed compliant to writing agreement on English and Spanish languages, informative participants research about risk death from yellow fever and received written agreement. Study allowed identify mosquitoes. How carries disease and led to significant decreased level mortality from yellow fever. Study syphilis to schedule 1932-1972. Study by study, untreated syphilis among dark-skinned men was involved 604 African-American men, 399 subjects, 6 syphilis, and 201 controls. The moment termination experiment, alive from 399 people, left 74. 28 died from syphilis, 100 from complication caused them. Was infected 40 their wives and 19 children, both with congenital syphilis. In the 1974 Congress USA accept national law about scientific research, and create commission, regulate the rules, research with participation of the person. In 1997, President Bill Clinton brought official apologies. Study stuttering, 1939. Target proof what stuttering is acquired behavior which can call at children by means physiological pleasure was conducted for 6 months on 22 children, often shouted Iowa. One group children encouraged and praised for their capabilities to reading and speeches. The second group ridiculed and hard criticized. At Pat's house, children from experimental groups developed strong, uncertainly speeches and science stuttering. Nazi Germany, 1941, 1945. Joseph Mengele, two couples twins Mengele experiment by freezing Dachau. Nazi Germany, Nuremberg process over doctors, 1946. Criminal affairs were excited against 23 doctors for participation in military crimes against humanity. 60 people were recognized guilty and 7 sentenced to mortal execution for participation in experiments over prisoners. Nuremberg Code, 1947. Voluntary agreement, human, absolutely necessary. Experimental must bring society positive results, inattainable other methods or ways research. Research on people should be based on preliminary results research on animals. It follows avoid unnecessary physical and mental suffering. Experimental not must be carried but in case there is grounds assume opportunity death or disabling wounds subject. Degree risk for subjects never not should exceed humanitarian importance problems which to come decide with help experiment. Experiments should precede corresponding preparation. In the course conducting an experiment, subject must have opportunity to stop if, by his opinion, his physical or mental state does impossible continuation experiment. Conducting research follows admit only enough qualified persons. A researcher must stop experiment if it becomes obvious what injury, disability, or death can become probable without continuation. Reaction American Medical Committees on Nuremberg Code. Joseph Gardella, Dean Harvard Medical School in 1953, stated Nuremberg Code was conceived relation atrocities, Nazis, and written with specific goal, prevent commission cruel abuses of justification, they need science. By our opinion, not necessarily applicable, sufficient for conducting medical research United States. Examples are the research with violence, ethical normal, Experimental Willowbrook 1956, 1972, infection pupils, institution for mentally backward children easy from hepatitis in the cause serious research, progression, prevention, and treatment. Thalidomide effects 1956, 1962. In rural countries, peace was born from 8 to 12,000 children with VPR conditions. Those what mothers accepted drugs Thalidomide in time pregnancy. Thalidomide tragedy forced many countries reconsider existing practice certification medical funds tightening requirement to certifiable drugs. Example, unethical research in USSR. Secret laboratory poison NKVD MGB 1930-1940 under management Gregory Mayanovsky were carried out experiments over prisoners sentenced to execution with test action various poisonous substances and drugs. In USSR was conducted two military teaching with application nuclear weapon September 14 in 1954 in Tomsky training ground, Orenburg areas, and September 10 of 1956 on Semipalatinsk nuclear training ground with participation military divisions. In State Research Institute Aviation Medicine was created department tested 1953 from soldier and surgeons urgent services. Some from them live out their days only to 35, 40 years. Average duration life first testers composed total nearly 50 years old. Belmont Report. Ethical principles and recommendations by protection people being objects research. Name Belmont report by the Tile Conference Center where 1976 year were carried out discussions. Determine three fundamental ethical principles which should be applied in basis research with participation people. Respect to personalities, protection, autonomy. Every one people and appeal with them. Politely with respect and with receiving informed consent. Well-being participants' philosophy, not do harm at maximum benefit for research project and minimization risk for subject research. Justice, security, fair management, reasonable non-exploitative and finds truthful procedures, fair distribution costs, and benefits between potential participants, research, and equal degrees. New challenges. 2010 made public materials research efficiency treatment syphilis penicillin conducted Guatemala in 1946-1948 in the course research financed government of USA. Almost 700 Guatemalans were intentionally infected with sexual transmitted infections. 2014, Facebook conducted large-scale experiment framework from change content ribbons, new uses for demonstration, Togo, how long-term state moods, for example, sadness or happiness, may be transmitted by social narrative.